you're using oppression, but you're really defining it as, yeah, everyone's going to experience some kind of discrimination, man. If I'm just looking to not experience any kind of discrimination and prejudice and trip over things, have people get in my way, would I rather look like me and Megan, or would I rather look like EJ in Brooklyn? Bro, who would you rather look like? At the same time, for the two of you, look, man, there's a lot of black people in the United States who are going to experience some things and yet are doing pretty well, because the way we talk about race in this country is that all black people are down here. Oh yeah, black people are poor. This is what you're talking about right here. This is the lasting legacy. This is median family net worth. This is, you take all your assets and you add them all up and you subtract your debts. Half of all black Americans are middle class, about half. It sort of fluctuates between 47% and 51%, depending on how you want to define it and what years and so on. But about half of all Americans are middle class. So when you think about anybody in the US who's black, and when you use, as we started this out with, black people, oppression. But what we're missing out on are the wide range of understanding. First off, start with half of all black Americans are middle class. What that means is half of all black Americans have middle class sensibilities, middle class values, middle class desires. Half of all black Americans, they want a garage, and they want to paint the floor of their garage with gray color, and hang their tools up on the certain places on the wall of the garage. It's just like standard middle class stuff. So you see these here, right? So the yellow is upper class, 200,000 and above. The purple is the 150,000 to 200,000. Then you have this middle class income. This is black households. This is all households in the United States. Are the 3% oppressed? The 4% oppressed? Like, when we're using oppression, it's all relative, man. Because I'm going to look at the 3% and I'm going to compare it to the all households, the 10%. And I'm like, yeah, a lot of these folks up here driving Teslas and whatever, Benzes. Yeah, I know you've said this before. I know we're still talking about stuff.
I don't mean to get repetitive, but same thing. You could be rich, you're going to experience a form of oppression regardless. It doesn't matter.
Some form of oppression.
Yeah, some form. That doesn't mean you're going to be entirely oppressed, because like I said, everyone can experience oppression in some forms. But Ketanji Brown-Jackson could be making a lot of money, but I'm sure she probably still deals with issues on that bench. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so therefore, let me look to the class and say, you hear that. So you're using oppression, but you're really defining it as, yeah, everyone's going to experience some kind of discrimination, man. Would I rather be you and I? If I'm just looking to not experience any kind of discrimination and prejudice and trip over things, have people get in my way, would I rather look like me and Megan, or would I rather look like EJ in Brooklyn? Bro, who would you rather look like? If you want to not experience any of the stuff that you might have to experience.
Easy. Sure.
That's a given.
Yeah.
So that would tell us at some level that, okay, well, would you say that? Or would you say, no, I'd really rather be black because, man, look at, EJ's hair and shit.
I think I'd rather be me, my color.
Yeah, it seems like it. That should just tell us a little bit of something. But at the same time, y'all, right? At the same time, for the two of you, look, man, there's a lot of black people in the United States who are going to experience some things and yet are doing pretty well, because the way we talk about race in this country is that all black people are down here. Oh yeah, black people are poor. And what happens then with that is you get people like Sar, the immigrant guy, or Megan and I. It's I don't want to, how am I going to kind of be with black people if, first off, they're all poor, so you got nothing in common with them. And then secondly, it's damn, man. We got to bust out of that. Because, okay, so now I want to show you something, man. Go to the next one. So here's median incomes of head of household in each group. So this is all U.S. immigrants, right? And then look at black immigrants, 57,000, and the U.S.-born black population. So now even when we're talking about black people, so this is really good that you guys represent this, right? EJ, you represent 57,200. Your group, that's the average income of the head of household of people like you. And in coming from the Caribbean, it's even highest. It's like 62,000 for Caribbean head of households. That's not everybody. This is the median income. This would mean half are above and half are below. But for you, who is you're African American, meaning you trace your ancestry, your roots to slavery in the United States, your median head of household income is 42,000. So even when we're talking about just on average, if we lined up black immigrants from Africa, the Caribbean, South America, everyone in your shoes is going to just have naturally a higher household earning. So even then, when we throw these words around, like, black people or white people, whatever the case is, it's not the same. Go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, I'm an immigrant. Like so I was originally born in the UK. My parents were born in South Africa. Their parents were born South Africa, UK, all over the place.
Your parents were born in South Africa?
Yeah.
Dude,
I'd assume that that's why.
Do you have a question for her? Do you study South Africa? Do you guys study South Africa? Dude, awesome, man. So you were born in the U.S.?
No, I was born in the UK.
Oh, that's right. You just said in the UK. Sorry about that. Yep. Yeah, so you are immigrant. So you're an immigrant as well.
Yeah, so I was just going to say that, that applies to the top one. I don't know my family's income, and my parents are divorced, so I don't know how.
But that is you, and that's
what
a
I was
lower
say,
income.
That the all U.S. immigrants accounts for white people. Dude,
so you got 2 immigrants up here. Damn, look at that, killing it. Okay, so this is where I want to go to. You go to the next slide. This is what you're talking about right here. This is the lasting legacy. This is median family net worth. This is you take all your assets and you add them all up and you subtract your debts. Half of all white families have $188,000 left over. Black families, 24,000, Latino or Latina, 36,000, and multiracial or Asian, 74,000. How is it so low, man? This is the history piece that Brooklyn is talking about. It doesn't just start today. You got to look at all the wealth development and so on. You have to look at the long history of what that means.